Good start. Wanted to get off to a good start. I thought we did. And then kind of a little bit of our history so far in this year is just some self-inflicted wounds. Puck management. We've got a puck 100% possession, and we try to create a little too much offense in a time when we've got a 2-0 lead, and a lot of the hay that we had put in the barn to get the 2-0 lead evaporates in roughly a minute and a half. So then you go back to work, and you got to give them credit. They found a way to get one by us, and we did. And thought we had some looks, some opportunities. But at the end of the day, for us at home in our own building, scored 3 goals on the weekend. 2 of them were on the power play. So obviously we've got to look in the mirror and get better this next week because it doesn't get easier. We're going to Bowling Green and then coming back to end the first half against Bemidji. So we've got work to do.
Thanks for that. Kevin Dudley of the Free Press.
On the start, there was, the first goal, Sandlin, and the second one was a third from Isley, a third chance. You talked about that a lot last night, wanting to be better there. Both goals were kind of close in. Was it, were you happy to see that, the way they happened early? I thought it was a perfect start. You couldn't have drew it up any better.
Yeah. And again, we're, previously I think we've been able to outscore some of those mistakes as far as that's not the first 2-0 lead that we've given up, and so tonight we learn from it the hard way, and sometimes those are the lessons that need to stick. And like I said, I liked the start that we had tonight. I just didn't think we did enough to extend it.
Shane Frederick at Puckado.
What's surprising you about kind of the lack of finish? I mean, I know they blocked a lot of shots. Their goaltenders played well, but is it making plays in front and trying to get people moving? Is it getting to the hard areas? It seemed like you did that pretty well this weekend and just kind of came up short in those areas.
Yeah, there's a fine line at scoring goals, especially 5-on-5. If it's might be a little bit of poise, Sandy gets one in tight, rings one off the post. I'm a big believer in you make your own breaks, right? And so, shots on net to me can be fallacies, like in football with time of possession. It's who can get it in the end zone or through the field goal more than the other group. And so, for us, it's looking in that mirror and making sure we continue to work. I thought we were better tonight on our entries at sharing pucks, getting them back, giving goal. Created more off that also. And then, again, I think we got away from it a little bit. Guys are trying, but we've got to understand we've got to work as a unit of 5 to be able to accomplish what we want to accomplish, whether we have it or whether we don't.
I thought they made it difficult. They blocked 47 shots this weekend. We talked to Andy yesterday about how that's kind of their MO, what they do. Just talk about them and them making it difficult.
Yeah, it's a fine line at this level between winning and losing, and so to me, the commitment level, you saw that from them on, whatever they had to do to keep it out of the net, they were willing to do, and you've got to tip your hat to them. It's something we need to learn from a little bit, and then they found a way to make a play in the third period, and we had some opportunities and we just couldn't. So again, like I said, we need to look in the mirror and make sure that we go back and just learn from what happens, and what happens is it hurts, especially at home. So now we've got to regroup, and we'll continue to look in the mirror and find out a little bit about our group.
Mike, you haven't been swept at home since 2015, and I think if everybody's history is right, haven't been swept at home by a conference opponent since Wisconsin, which is 2 conferences ago, basically.
I remember that, by the way, but just like I'll remember this one.
I mean, can you just talk about that streak and your ability to have done that over time? Because streaks do, come to an end.
You know what? I think we earned that. Just like I've got to tip my hat and say to Ferris, they earned theirs this weekend, and so, at the end of the day, the journey that we're on as a group is going to have some peaks and valleys. This is a valley, and how we manage that, what we do as far as a leadership group and an entire group on trying to utilize it for us to get better. You don't beat this into it. the guys are walking out of the rink not feeling good. And you know what? So we've got to find a way to turn this into a positive, and the only way you do that is you look at the things that you've done that aren't quite enough, and you man up, you go about your business, and you go to work again. And that's what we're going to have to do, because there's not going to be anybody feeling too sorry for us. So we've got to go about our business and go earn our work.
Thanks very much, Mike.